Hey, this is Julian Rico with my final mock draft as we are getting closer to the draft, which will start tomorrow. So we cannot wait for this draft to start. A lot of questions. Are we going to get trades? Is there going to be 6 quarterbacks in the first round? We'll find out. But in this video, I'm going to give you my final mock draft 4.0. And if you haven't watched this series, go check it out in my YouTube channel and my playlist, My NFL Mock Drafts. Check it out. It's been some good ride with those mock drafts. Good mock drafts. But without further ado, let's get to it. The final mock draft of the 2024 draft. The number one pick, the Chicago Bears will select Caleb Williams. No surprise. He's the number one overall pick. Let's move on. The Washington Commanders, with the 2 pick, will select Jayden Daniels, quarterback, LSU. This was a back and forward earlier with Drake May and Jayden Daniels, but it was no surprise there that Jayden Daniels was the number one Washington pick, and the Commanders got their quarterback. Jayden Daniels is now a Washington Commander. Sorry about that. Moving on, Drake May to the Patriots, quarterback from UNC. There are some reports of the Patriots could trade down if they have a good offer. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Drake May will fit in that Patriots team. So I like the Patriots getting Drake May. We have Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver from Ohio State, going to the Arizona Cardinals. And after everyone talks about maybe the Cardinals are going to trade down, I don't think so. I think Monty Osborne has got to make this bold move to get Marvin Harrison Jr. And I like that fit right there for Marvin Harrison going to be an Arizona Cardinal. Trade alert. The Chargers will be trading the 5th pick to the Minnesota Vikings in exchange for the 11, 23, and a 2025 first round pick. And with that 5th pick, the Minnesota Vikings will select J.J. McCarthy, quarterback, Michigan. This was a talk about. We talked about this. There was reports of the Vikings is going to make sense. The team, we're going to hope that they will draft either Drake May or J.J. McCarthy, but it was made sense that J.J. McCarthy is their guy, and I'd like to see this happen. So give me J.J. McCarthy to the Minnesota Vikings. Now to the Giants with the 6th pick, and they will take Malik Nabers. Now, and I don't think this will happen in the draft, and it could. The Cardinals could trade with the Giants, and the Giants would probably get JJ or Drake May. That's a report from the Giant that the Giants are trying to trade up. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they got to take a receiver. Malik Nabers fits in that team. They need that number one wide receiver. So I like Daniel Jones throwing to Malik Nabers as Nabers, wide receiver from LSU. Let's get to the 7th pick. Joe Alt, tackle, Notre Dame. He'll play left tackle with Peter Skoronski, who plays left guard. So I like the fit there. And Brian Callahan gets his left tackle situation fixed with Joe Alt to the Titans. The Atlanta Falcons. A lot of people say they're going to go trade down. There is an interesting pick, and I would be surprised, Byron Murphy. But in my mock draft, I have Dallas Turner. This has been ongoing for months, but as soon as we're getting draft week, we're hearing a little whispers of Byron Murphy. I could see that, but to me, if you're Raheem Morris, you want to get Grady Jarrett, a pass rusher. Dallas Turner will do it. He could do what Will Anderson has been doing all season, and I think it makes sense. But so, yeah, Dallas Turner to the Falcons. Now the Chicago Bears, and this is an interesting one. Because if you're the Bears, a lot of people, I have them getting defensive players like Jerry Verse, Lottie Latu. Um, but in this one, I like Olu Fashanu to the Bears. I think he'll play left tackle while you put Tevin Jenkins at right tackle, and it fits. And here is the main reason: Caleb Williams and Olu Fashanu both play in high school football. And if you want, plus the Bears' offensive line has been having those trouble years. They had injuries, but also offensive line has been another need for the Bears. I like Olu Fashanu to the Chicago Bears. The New York Jets. It came down offensive line of Brock Bowers, but I have Rome Odunze to the Jets, and this is another reason. Think about it. They need another weapon on that Jets offense. Aaron Rodgers and this Jets team, they're all in to win it. All right? You get Aaron Rodgers back, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Rome Odunze, and you get this new offensive line. Now, could they address the tight end in the second or third round? I think they'll address it in the third or second round. Who knows? But they'll find a tight end in the draft, maybe the second or third round. But I like Rome Odunze there. Then the Chargers. So is it Brock Bowers? No, I like J.C. Latham, and he can play right tackle. Because you put Rashawn Slater left tackle, J.C. Latham in right tackle, that's going to be the best young left tackle duo for this Chargers team. So J.C. Latham plays right tackle, and I like that. Give me him with the Chargers. Then the Denver Broncos, and this is where all of y'all will surprise me, or maybe y'all go in the comments saying maybe this could happen, maybe, or why are you doing this? The Philadelphia Eagles are going to trade up to the 12th pick with the Denver Broncos, and with that 12th pick, the Philadelphia Eagles select Terran Arnold, cornerback, Alabama. I think this will fit because you know what they did with Devontae Smith on offense. He's been really playing well, but they need to fix that corner position. I know they're saying Quinion Mitchell will fit. I like Terran Arnold. I think he will actually fit in that Eagles defense. So I like that fit for Terran Arnold. 13th pick, Michael Penix Jr., quarterback from Washington, will go to the Raiders. A dream scenario for the Raiders to get a quarterback, but I like Michael Penix going to the Raiders. Talicia Fuaga will go to the Saints, and I think this will fit also because he can play right tackle too. And I will give Trevor Pinion a chance at left tackle. Just depends on if Ryan Ramczyk will play or not. If he doesn't play, he might either consider retirement or out for the season. But I like Talicia Fuaga play at right tackle. The Colts are up. Is Quinion Mitchell on the board? No. But guess who? Brock Bowers. For me, if you're the Colts, I love Brock Bowers to the Colts. And this would fit because I know the Colts could go offense. They can go for an offensive weapon or a corner. To me, Brock Bowers is your George Kittle, Travis Kelce mix. And that's going to scare everyone in the AFC with Brock Bowers is there. So I like Brock Bowers to the Colts. Troy Fatu, offensive guard, Washington. He's not going anywhere. He'll stay there, play with Seattle. He can play at all positions. I think the best position would probably be left guard. Now, they did sign Laken Tomlinson, but I think with the injuries may affect him, I think he'll play left guard or left tackle. Who knows where he'll play, but I think he'll fit in Seattle. Quinion Mitchell will go to the Jaguars. Will fit. It makes sense. They are looking for a corner in Ryan Nielsen's defense, and he will fit in that defense. Quinion Mitchell to the Jaguars. Byron Murphy II. Now I am told that Trey Henderson is requesting a trade. Is there a possibility of a pass rusher? Yes and no. Why? Because is there a possibility they could go get Lottie Latu from UCLA? I think, but how much is it going to cost to trade Trey Henderson? But to me, I think they're going to stay in the defense. Byron Murphy goes to the Bengals. They lose DJ Reader, and I think Byron Murphy will fit in there. Let's go. LA Rams, Jerick Verse. He will play with the Rams. I like the fit. He could be their next Aaron Donald. Brian Thomas Jr., I kept talking about him. Maybe the Bills would fit him, maybe the Colts, but turns out it's going to be on Pittsburgh. I like Pittsburgh getting Brian Thomas Jr. Johnny Newton will replace Christian Wilkins. He's a run stopper, just like Christian Wilkins. He wants to go after the quarterback. Johnny Newton can do that, but he is more of a run stopper guy. You want to stop guys like Derrick Henry or Jonathan Taylor, or maybe let's say Saquon Barkley or Bijan Robinson, whoever running backs you got to go after. Johnny Newton is that guy. And then the Broncos. And this is where I'm going to stick with the guy that I've been keeping every mock draft. Well, not every mock draft. Bo Nix, quarterback, Oregon. In that 22nd pick, Bo Nix with the Broncos, this is what Sean Payton needs. And if you're the Broncos fans right now and you're all watching this or hearing this right now, y'all could have a good scenario where y'all can trade down, and if Bo Nix is still there, Bo Nix is your guy. I don't trust Zach Wilson. I think Zach Wilson will have to start maybe 4 games as a starter for Denver. And then once Sean Payton decides to say, it's Bo Nix, let's go get Bo Nix. He's going to be our starter for week 5, for example. Bo Nix reminds me of Drew Brees, and I like this move. Bo Nix to the Broncos. All right, back to the draft, a mock draft. Chargers getting Nate Wiggins. They do need some corner help. Of course, they have Asante Samuel, but they need a younger corner, Nate Wiggins. I like the fit. Graham Barton going to the Cowboys. He can play center. He can play tackle. I say for me, he can play at tackle. And if it doesn't go well, I will go with Tyler Smith at left tackle and Graham Barton at left guard. Keep going. Tom Grassi's Packers. Shout out to him. Cooper DeJean, defensive back, Iowa. Now, he can play safety and, of course, corner. It fits. It makes sense. I think this will be good in Jeff Havley's defense. To me, I know wide receiver for the Packers, but there's not much left of wide receivers. I love the move of Cooper DeJean to the Packers. Chop Robinson will go with the Buccaneers, and then they need to go after if you want to go after Kirk Cousins, Derek Carr, or Bryce Young, you need a pass rusher who can do that. I think Chop Robinson fits in Tampa. And then you get the surprise one, Lottie Latu, defensive end from UCLA, to go to Arizona. This would absolutely be the biggest steal if this happens. Latu to the Cardinals. If this happens, I'm surprised, and I'm going to be quoting, steal for the Arizona Cardinals. A big steal for the Cardinals to get Latu to the Cardinals. Buffalo Bills, I think Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver, Texans, fits in Buffalo. Makes sense. They need a number 1 wide receiver. They can trade up and get Brian Thomas Jr., but I think they're going to keep on waiting to see if there's a better receiver there. Kool-Aid McKinstry will fit in Detroit, which it fits. Of course, Detroit has been doing fantastic. Shout out to Detroit for hosting the draft. And not only that, getting Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell-Paye. So shout out to Detroit Lions fans out there. Let's go. One pride for Detroit. So congrats. So Kool-Aid McKinstry, I like the fit. There's a lot of people say it could be Johnny Newton. Kool-Aid McKinstry would fit in that team. They haven't had success in corner, but I think this could absolutely um, help them. So shout out to Detroit, and I think Kool-Aid McKinstry will go to the Detroit Lions. Amarius Mims to the Ravens. They need to fix. Of course, they have to replace Morgan Moses. I think he would be a better fit at right tackle, and he knows Todd Monken really well. So I like him going to right tackle with the Ravens. Tyler Guyton will go with the 49ers, and then the Kansas City Chiefs, the reigning, defending Super Bowl champions, select Ladd McConkey, wide receiver, Georgia. There was some talks of maybe Ladd McConkey will fit to the first round. I could see this happen for the Georgia Bulldog wide receiver, and there is an issue going on with Rashid Rice. So if he doesn't come back and play for the Chiefs next season, maybe they might suspend him for like 6 games. Ladd McConkey is your number 1 wide receiver, and he will fit in that Chiefs team. And that's it. This is it. The end of my mock drafts. And what's best to do these mock drafts, then I want to give this to y'all, and maybe give us a like button, subscribe, and leave us a comment below of your favorite team's draft picks. Now, of course, if I were to do the Panthers and the Cleveland Browns and the Texans, I have no clue. But I will actually do the Panthers. So for the Panthers, we'll select Keon Coleman, wide receiver from Florida State. This is only for my team. The Browns, I think they're going to go get somebody, a linebacker. I think, for example, Adoris Cooper from Texas A&M or Peyton Wilson. That's my better option for them. And I think for the Texans, they could go after wide receiver, but I think they got to go get someone at corner. Maybe Vincent Straw corner from Missouri State. Whoever they get in the second or third round, we wish those 3 teams who don't have a first round best of luck. But let me know your reaction to this. And this is, of course, the final mock draft for this year's 2024 NFL draft. I am excited. Are y'all excited for the NFL draft? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember, subscribe, like the button, hit that bell for notifications. And as always, we'll see you guys in the NFL draft.